when it comes to Kotak Flexicap Fund, what investment approach do you follow when you select a stock for your portfolio?
We choose some of the sectors which have a tailwind in terms of the overall macroeconomic setup.
We've seen that this fund has performed strongly recently. What were the key contributors?
Generally, we approach portfolio from a long-term perspective. We analyze businesses from a medium to long-term perspective. And if it continues within our investment thesis.
Market moves through different phases, and no one single strategy works all the time. That's when flexibility in investing becomes valuable. Joining us today is Mr. Harsha Upadhyaya to discuss Kotak Flexicap Fund, how it adapts across large, mid, and small cap companies, and how it aims to balance opportunities with risk in a changing market environment. Welcome to the show, Mr. Harsha.
Thank you.
So when it comes to Kotak Flexicap Fund, what investment approach do you follow when you select a stock for your portfolio?
Kotak Flexicap Fund follows an investment premise that at different points of economic cycle, there are different segments of the market which are likely to outperform or do differently. So we need to look at the macro factors and decide on the headwinds and the tailwinds that are there for any particular segment of the economy. We choose some of the sectors which have a tailwind in terms of the overall macroeconomic setup. And within those selected sectors, we try to go bottom up and choose individual stocks. The way we select stocks in those selected sectors would be based on three important factors: business, management, and valuations. BMV. In terms of businesses, we try to go for proven business models which have a good track record, which are competitive, which also have a larger canvas in terms of the opportunity size. And if a company has been competitive within that business segment and has some of these characteristics, then we pick those businesses. And in terms of management, we look for managements which have good vision, good execution capabilities, and also who are aligned with minority shareholders in terms of the governance of the company. And also the capital allocation decision of the management is very critical for us while choosing stocks in the portfolio. And at the end of the day, while we may be positive on both business as well as management, valuation is always the final filter. And if you are comfortable on the valuations of that particular business at that point of time, then it makes it into the portfolio. So that's broadly the approach that we follow. So in nutshell, it's a combination of top-down sectoral approach to select certain sectors of the economy which have tailwinds at that point of time. And within those selected sectors, there is a bottom-up approach to pick good stocks to make a portfolio. Overall, we keep a very diversified approach and keep about 55 to 60 stocks.
So we've seen that this fund has performed strongly recently. What were the key contributors?
Yeah, generally, we approach portfolio from a long-term perspective. We do not chase momentum. We are more of a buy and hold portfolio managers in that sense. We analyze businesses from a medium to long-term perspective. And if it continues within our investment thesis, then we continue to hold on unless the valuations go really expensive or there is a change in the investment thesis. So that's the broad approach that we follow. And we have not let go of the investment discipline irrespective of the market cycles or market phases. I think that's what has helped the fund, and we have stuck to our investment discipline and continue to focus on looking for businesses which have compounding characteristics at all points of time and build a diversified portfolio within that. And this approach has definitely helped us over the long period of time. While if you move towards one particular market capitalization or one particular kind of factor, then there are sharper ups and downs in terms of the market cycles. However, if you take a middle of the road approach, you are more often are likely to perform better across market cycles. And that's what we try to follow here.
I also want to understand, how is Kotak Flexicap Fund currently positioned?
As I mentioned, we follow a diversified approach. So we pick stocks up to about 55 to 60 stocks in the portfolio. Currently, the range is also more or less similar. And these come from different segments of the market, different sectors of economy. And also, if you look at the market cap allocation, it is tilted a little bit towards large caps. We usually keep 65 to 75% large caps in the portfolio. And currently the allocation is about 70%. And the rest of it is going into mid caps and small caps at this point of time.
Please also tell us what are the current investment themes in focus for this fund?
Sure. When you look at Kotak Flexicap today, clearly the focus is on domestic-oriented businesses because we do believe that the resiliency of domestic businesses will kind of make them outperform some of the export-oriented or global-facing businesses in the current context, in the challenging environment that is there for global-facing businesses. So that's the first cut that you will see. And within the domestic-focused businesses, there are different segments where we believe that there is a tailwind or there is a certain amount of turnaround that's been happening. For example, banking and financial services is one of the larger exposures. We do believe that given the fact that there has been monetary easing in the Indian context, we will see credit growth picking up over the next few quarters. And also the asset quality situation is well under control. So that's one pocket where we have significant investments. We also believe that the capital expenditure program that's continuing from the government as well as from the private companies will continue to gain momentum over the next few years. So that's another portion of our portfolio which has invested into industrials and capital goods companies. We do believe that there are certain industries in the Indian context which have undergone consolidation or which are undergoing consolidation as we speak. And there will be a lot of winners from those consolidated market structures. For example, cement, aviation, these are some of the other sectors. We do believe that some of the leading companies will continue to gain market share, continue to dominate the entire space, etc. So that's another portion of our portfolio. We also believe that at some point of time in the near future, we will start seeing rural economy coming back in terms of consumption trends. We have already seen tax cuts. We have seen, we are likely to see GST rate rationalization as well. The monsoon has been quite good this year around. So overall, there are green shoots that we can expect from the rural economy. And that's where we believe that some of the discretionary consumption sectors such as automobile and white goods can also participate. So that's another segment that we are actively looking at.
Thank you, Harsha, for joining us and decoding how flexibility, diversification, and active management come together for Kotak Flexicap Fund.
Thank you.
For more such updates, stay tuned to Kotak Mutual Fund.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.